Hello, my great people. I want to welcome us back here again in our online mathematics class with your mathematics tutor, Michael. And today, I want us to continue with the concept of numbers, just as we did in our last video. Please, if you have not watched our last video, do well to go watch those videos. Now, we are now going into other forms of numbers. Last time we talked about the family of numbers. So there are other forms of numbers outside the ones we mentioned. One is the one we call prime numbers. And we say that prime numbers, please take note of this, prime numbers are numbers that can only be divisible by 1 and themselves. Numbers that only 1 and themselves can divide are called prime numbers. Example of such numbers include 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, and 19. If you watch all these numbers that we have written here, the only number that can divide them include 1 and themselves. For example, 2. The only number that can divide 2 without remainder is 1 and 2 itself. The only number that can divide 3 is 1 and 3. The only number that can divide 5 is 1 and 5 itself. Same goes for all the other numbers. The only number that can divide 19 is 1 and 19 itself. You can name them. We have numbers like 23 and so on. The only numbers that can divide them are 1 and themselves. So such numbers are called what? Prime numbers. Now we have another form of number which we call composite numbers. Composite numbers are direct opposite of prime numbers. Direct opposite of prime numbers. And what are composite numbers? We say that composite numbers are numbers that can be divided by more than one number. That is, that can be divided by different numbers outside 1 and themselves. Example, we have 4. The numbers that can divide 4 include 1, 2, and 4 itself. 2 can divide 4 without remainder, and 4 itself can divide 4 without remainder. So another one is 6. The number that can divide 6 include 1, 2, 3, and 6 itself. These numbers that have more than, that can be divided by other numbers outside 1 and themselves are regarded as what? Composite numbers. They are the direct opposite of prime numbers. Another form of numbers that we can talk about is odd numbers. The odd numbers are just numbers that cannot be divided by 2. Any number that 2 cannot divide is regarded as what? Odd numbers. Looking at these numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, and so on. They are all called odd numbers. Reason being that 2 cannot divide them. So since 2 cannot divide them without remainder, they are all termed odd numbers. Then the last on this list here is even numbers. And even numbers is just a direct opposite of odd numbers. Even numbers are numbers that 2 can divide without remainder. They include 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and so on. Checking these numbers, you can see that 2 can divide all of them without any remainder. So they are called even numbers. And this is all about numbers, just as we started in our previous videos. And here we are going to end it for now. And please don't forget, always like our videos, share them, and don't forget to drop your comments so that we know your confusions and also clear you on where necessary. Until our next video, I remain your online mathematics tutor, Michael, and I say bye for now and see you in our next class.